Hello everyone. It is 4 o'clock and it is my live. I am Alicia and I am here with the Stencil Smith. I'm the ambassador for the Stencil Smith. And as you're hopping on, please say hello. Let me know you're here. I'm going to try and bring you up here on my secondary device. Okay. So anyhow, as you're hopping on, please tell me hello. Today we're going to be working on a porch leaner for spring. Again, my name is Alicia and I'm the Stencil Smith's ambassador. And I'm so happy you're here joining me. We're using our welcome. So we're going to use a welcome and I'm going to use some hydrangeas today. I don't know what your favorite flower is. Well, hello, Carol. How are you from warm North Carolina? Oh my goodness. It's not warm here today. It is about 35 and sunny. It's been in the 40s and 50s, but I'll take sunny any day. Here in Northeast Ohio, we don't get a lot of sun in the winter, and we've had an amazing winter. Oh, hi, Cindy. How are you? Hello. Hello, both Cindy. Cindy Rose and Cindy Berry. They're both two of my stenciling friends. They have businesses as well. As you're hopping on, Cindy sprinkled me out there. If you wouldn't mind sprinkling me, that means this. We're not supposed to say it. Hello, April. April just joined us, and she's the owner of the Stencil Smith. If you want to tell her hello. Hi, Jarita. How are you? And Bonnie. So as you're jumping on, like I said, say hello. Hi, Mary Jo. Sunny there also. Yay. Yeah, it's rare Ohio's sunny this time of year. It's always like gloom and doom and gray. It's just snowy, but we have had a beautiful, beautiful winter. Rhonda and Linda from Aloha, Oregon. How is your weather out there in Oregon? I think you guys are getting, I don't know if it's you specifically, but I know in the West it's coming this way, but it looks like it's actually going to miss us. Really bad winter weather, but it looks like it's going to go right above us, which is amazing. Windy and sunny in Central Ohio, Rhonda. Same here. Hi, Kathy. Very sunny, but very windy. It must be all over. Yeah, it's very windy. So anyhow, April is joining us, and how fun is it now that we have the page to share all our designs on? If you like that, give me some hearts. If you haven't seen that, April sent out an email this weekend to everybody. Hi, Laura. How are you? Ooh, in Florida, you lucky girl. I know it's warm there. Yeah, so see all those hearts, April? Everybody's really happy about that. It's so nice to see what everybody's doing, and everybody gets inspired from everybody else. Hi, Sherry and Netta. A winter weather advisory. Yeah, we're going to get real cold again on Friday, which is the day I work at the apple orchard. Hello, Judy. Judy is my friend, and she could use some extra special prayers. If you're a praying type, she sure could. She's one of my oldest stenciling friends, and I consider you all my friends. I've met you as I go on, and I get to talk to everybody. People message me. We talk back and forth. It's been just a wonderful experience getting to know everybody. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Rhonda loves the group page. It's been so fun. I'm so excited about it. So, yeah, we'll be able to share all our projects there and get inspiration from each other, and that's what it's all about. So today I am going to be using this beautiful, beautiful hydrangea. Isn't this pretty? Now I'm just going to be using the blooms. You could totally use these stems, but the way I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to be bunching a bunch of blooms. And I think it will be just, I think it's going to be really pretty. So the hydrangeas are number 7453, and these are the large. So these are the very big blooms. You know, that's one thing, not one thing, but one of many. You're welcome, Judy. Hugs and love. So this is one of the many great things about the Stencil Smith. If you've never ordered from them before, you're in for a surprise at how pretty everything comes wrapped. Oh. I'm sure most of you have, but this is lovely paper right here. I've got a bunch of it. I reuse the the paper to decoupage. I also use it to gift, re-gift. It comes beautifully wrapped. And I always choose, I know some people like the, they have the 7 mil blue. What I like is the 10 mil hazy white. That's what I always use, is the 10 mil hazy white. It's real durable. You can reuse these over and over and over again. There is no limit to it, none at all. It's not like some where you would just use a couple times and they're done. It's amazing. So, and you don't have to use it always the same way. You can mix and match. You can do all kinds of different things. But anyhow, so these are, I tend to jabber a lot. I'm sorry. I know some people, I start drifting away and talking. And so Judy likes the 10 mil hazy white too. I guess that's an interesting poll. Let me know as you're on, do you prefer the 10 mil hazy white or the 7 mil blue? My favorite is the hazy white. And also, if you're new or if you've never noticed, the numbers to your stencils are always going to be, well, I've got this upside down, but it's going to be printed somewhere on your stencil. And it'll tell you what the number is and the size. And sometimes, like my welcome's one of 4 pieces, so it's going to be marked 4, so you know there's 4 pieces to it. You like the 10 mil white? 10 mil white? Yeah, that's what I love, because I tend to, when I'm cleaning stencils, I tend to, you know what? I forgot I need to, that would be helpful if I put my comments over here. There we go. So that way I can just glance down at them. Hello, Pamela, how are you? But they clean up lovely, and I can be a little rough with them. Sometimes I just get, I'm in a hurry. I want to get done, because stenciling is the fun part. Cleaning up is not. So you don't want to, bend all your little intricate little details. So, and this is really, really durable. So it seems like hands down mostly it's the hazy white. Okay, Rhonda has some blue ones, and you have to be a little more careful, and that makes sense. So I'm going to be using this one, and I'm going to be using, we used the Welcome. It's been quite a few weeks ago. I'm going to be using the same Welcome because I want to show you. So this is what I did, and this is going to be a totally different look. Let me see. I'll just lay it here kind of. This is what we did several weeks ago. So it's a Welcome on a large buffalo check. I'm going to be using the same Welcome, and I'm going to be making it into a spring leaner. So you can use this over and over with different backgrounds, or just plain if you want. And another thing today, if you did get this Welcome, now the Welcome I'm using is number 6115, and it's the 60-inch one, and it's in 4 pieces. So if you'd like to order, so say you want a 72-inch one or a 24-inch one, there's many different sizes, so that is on sale today as well. So you could get a different size. I like to have a lot of different sizes, especially of stencils that can be used over and over. Like Welcome is something you could use over and over and over. Oh, thank you, Judy. Yeah, the flower is, the hydrangea is large. Yeah, it's a large. So I've posted all the links when you're done. If you have any questions and I miss your comment, just message me, because sometimes I don't always see the comments. Facebook does weird things. It'll mix them up. I don't see everything in order. So if I ever don't see anything, please just get a hold of me and let me know. And you can always contact April at the Stencil Smith. I'm at a weird angle here. I'm going to get a new board next week, so when you tune in next week, it'll be one that I can put the little letters on, and each week I'll be putting the numbers of the stencils up, because those will be the stencils that are on sale. Hello, Vicki. How are you? So we're going to get started, and I realize I've been saying You don't realize how much you say one word until you do a live and you listen to yourself in a recording, and you're like, oh my goodness, do I really say that all the time? You do. You just don't know it. So anyhow, like I said, I am going to be starting with this board. I like 1x12s for my porch leaners. I'm gonna move it back a little bit, doesn't have to be too much. And I like a 1x12 because you have more room to play with your designs. And I like to sometimes I like to put a lot of stuff on it. I just think they're a really, really nice size, and this is cut 5 feet. If you're new, I've sanded it. I have primed it with bin primer, and that keeps, especially on a white. On a black, it may not matter so much, but on a white, if you have knots on your pine, they can seep through, and those are not, that's not fun. Oh, hello, Diane, and welcome. So you do too, Danielle? Yeah, I'm thinking about the next thing I have to say or do, and sometimes I get tongue twisted. So there I go again. Now it's going to be like a thing my whole life. So I'm going to start. I painted my board encasement, which is a white. I use Fusion Mineral paint. You can use any water-based acrylic paint that you want. I'm a big believer in use what you have. It's just, this is what I like. I'll tell you why, is because it has a built-in top coat on it. And so a lot of my signs that I make, hold that hydrangea up. Okay, here we go. Isn't that beautiful? It's just absolutely lovely. And I have another peony one that is not on sale, but I'm going to show you that I used in a growth chart for my niece that I'm just absolutely in love with. So yeah, this is just absolutely beautiful. And like I said, I'm not going to use the stems. I'm just using the blooms itself. Hi, Allie. How are you? And so I am going to tape I'm just going to tape these stems off so I don't go into it and stencil where I don't want to. But it's easy. If you stencil on something while it's still wet and it hasn't dried, you can wipe it off with a Clorox wipe. I messed up on my growth chart I was working on today in a major way and had to wipe off some of my background and all that stuff. It was really, really frustrating. But Clorox wipes took it right off. But the unfortunate one thing was that it took some of my background off. So then I just had to get my flower stencil and kind of go over it again and figure out where they were. So I've painted this in 2 coats of casement, and I'm going to be using this Divine Lavender for the hydrangeas. And I'm going to be using my Klingon 035. I got this on Etsy. I use this all the time. This is an amazing, amazing brush. It's really, really good for backgrounds. It's large. It makes porch leaners go really quickly. But you can get them on Etsy. They are a little expensive. I don't know. They're probably about $30. Sometimes you can get them on sale for less than that. But they're really, if you just Google if you just do Klingon 035 in the Etsy search bar, you'll find it. So on this, I want to start in the middle. I like to start, anytime I'm doing a pattern, I like to start in the middle. In my mind, mostly, usually, these flowers, probably not so much, but you kind of end up with the same amount on the bottom as you do on the bottom. You have a request to make a 16 by 16 sign that says so many shoes but only 2 feet. Well, message April. April takes a lot of requests. She can't do them on. You can, Judy. Sometimes you can get them, sometimes you can. I've had them sold out. Hi, Becky. How are you? But this is my absolute just favorite brush. I use it, like I said, when I'm doing porch leaners, it really makes a quick job of it. So this is 60 inches, so 30 inches is going to be my midway point. And I'm just going to kind of place that in the middle of 60 inches. You don't have to do this. This is what I like to do when I do backgrounds. And I'm going to tape this. You do not need adhesive with these stencils either. You found yours on Amazon? Yeah, I've seen it on there a couple times, but it seems like as quickly as it's on there, it goes. So you don't need adhesive. A lot of people kind of think, oh, maybe they need adhesive. You do not. You don't at all. So this is a little different than my peonies because I want to place these. I'm just going to put my flashing there. So I'm shaking it up real good, and I'm going to squirt my paint here on a paper plate. And I know I talked about the stencils and gave you the numbers and stuff. I'm unsure whether I told you that they're 20% off today. And with my code SIGNSHACK, which is SIGNSHACK, you can save an additional 15%. So you're getting 35% off of both stencils. And like I said, you may even want to get another size of the welcome if you've already gotten the one that's, because this one I have is 60 inches. I'm going to order another size. Probably not larger, but maybe a size down. I was thinking even a 24 inch or 36. So I place my hydrangeas. They're in the middle, and I'm just gonna lightly, I've got the paint up on my brush. The lilacs here, I dipped it in. For anybody who's new, I saw a couple people ask on the Paint and Share site the other day, the key to stenciling is offloading. You want an almost dry brush. So I'm just gonna start swirling. I am a swirler, and I just like to dance that around the flower. One of my friends said that when she was doing stenciling, dancing around the stencil, and it just kind of stuck with me. I think that sounds fun. That is the peonies. I'm going to show you that too. That is not on sale, but it's the same size as these hydrangeas. So you could also get the peonies. And I was really torn, friends. I didn't know which one to decide to pick, but I wanted to do the peonies for my niece's growth chart. She had a baby last May, and I just couldn't decide what I was going to do for the background. I went back and forth, and I thought that the peonies would make a really pretty thing for the background of a girl's growth chart that would grow with her. Not necessarily so baby-like, if you know what I'm saying. That, because some things you pigeonhole it and it's made for a little kid, so as they get older, it's not even, oh, thank you, Cindy. Yeah, I'll show you guys the growth chart when I'm done. So anyhow, I was torn. I didn't know which one to pick. But I decided to go with the hydrangeas, so I'm sorry if you guys wanted the peonies. I would have taken a poll yesterday, but it was kind of late. But I wanted something different. I wanted to show you how you could use both, and you could use these blooms. I didn't have time, but I wanted to do it on a canvas, and you could do it with the stem, a bigger canvas. I had one that was like 8 by 10, and I think I had a 12 by 12 that it was going to fit. And I've done blooms on canvases before, and you could put a real cute saying with it, like, I had one that was be kind, and there was another one, what did it say? It was really pretty. Oh, enjoy the little things. I thought that would have went pretty with a background of flowers. That would make a nice gift, or I think it would be a good seller. So I am going, I got to do some moving around here. My table isn't the biggest, so I am going to flip this sideways because I do like to bring my stencils over the side when I'm doing anything like this. And I just simply flip my board to the side, and sometimes I kind of just like swipe it like that. And then you've got your flower continued onto your side, if you can see that. And as you do it and you go down your board, it looks really pretty. Oh yeah, it would be beautiful on a towel. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Yeah, enjoy the little things. This is this stencil. I thought that would be pretty to put like with a flower, you know, on a sign somewhere. I just love that. Enjoy the little things. I think I just didn't get time. There's only so many hours in a day, and I'm just going to do the one coat. And the way I did it, it looks a little variegated, so it's not like all one color. I tried to go darker a little bit on the outside But as I go back and I do the welcome, I might sand it a little bit. I sanded my growth chart back a little bit to distress it a little bit. Oh, thank you. And these big blooms, so I'm just gonna kind of flip it around here, and you can go over your other one. That totally does not matter. So I'm gonna get a little bit more paint and offload. I use shop towels to offload. You can use paper towels, you could use craft paper, you could use your paper plate. I prefer shop towels. I mean, look how many times I have used this thing, just this one. So this has been through many different projects, and they're so super absorbent that they last a long time. They last a lot longer than paper towels or anything like that. So again, I'm just swirling around this hydrangea. I'm using the other one. And I'm gonna get a little, and this is just, I gave no real thought to the design other than kind of switching it up a little bit as I went along and using both blooms. I did the same thing with the peonies in the growth chart. I just went kind of willy-nilly. It wasn't like I went out and planned a design. Yes, it's the 035 Klingon. So this is it. I'm going to show, I don't know, she said Allie. And this is the most amazing brush. It's really, really awesome, and it makes great work, great, easy, fast work. Just like if you got, and I'm flipping this over to do the sides again. So if you ordered that large buffalo check when I did the last welcome sign, it makes really, really fast work of your stenciling, kind of like the large buffalo stencil did. Oh, you just ordered your hydrangeas? That's so exciting. I can't, and now it's going to be so fun to see everyone's, well, I thought I used the other one, but I did not. So I'm going to go down first. That's what I get for talking and stenciling. You know, it's like, you know, can you, what is it, pat your stomach or rub your stomach and pat your head at the same time? It takes talent, guys. Yes, I'm using, the hydrangeas are the 6115, number 6115, and all the links are in the description above. After the live, you can go back and click on them and order. And, or I'm sorry, hydrangeas are not, 6115 is the welcome in the 60-inch, and the hydrangeas are 7453 in the large. And like I said, next week I'm going to have a board back here where I will have that, where I can change it weekly. And one of those little felt boards where you change the letters, so I can go back and forth and just change and list what's I'm doing that day, what size, because that's what I get the most questions of. And like I said, if I do not answer you, it's not because I'm being snobby or anything. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. I saw your snowman on the share page. That's just the most exciting thing, I think, having that share page and being able to see everybody's projects. It's just so much fun. So if you haven't joined it, make sure you go and join it. Because it is going to be lots of fun. Hello, Donna. And so again, I'm just flipping this over, and it's pretty simple. You know, just flip it and just kind of, you can't really swirl too much on the edges, so I just kind of swipe it. And I need a little bit more paint. And I mostly, when I do my stenciling, I like mine a little patchy, looks a little vintagey. It doesn't look like all one. Now see right here, I got a little bit of the hydrangea. So this is an example, if I can find them. You can just take your Clorox wipes, other wipes will work. I know, because there was a time during COVID where you had to take what wipes you could get, and they were hard to find. It was hard for us crafters, but just wipe it off. It's that simple. It's like an eraser. It just takes it right off. But just know, ooh, that's a really wet one. Oh, I know what happened. I spilled some water on that. I'll just stick that in there for a minute. And you can keep it in a baggie to keep it. Now, one thing you're going to learn about me, friends, if you're new to me, I am messy. Like, I just drip water all over. I apologize. I don't know if, are you a messy crafter? Yeah, so Cindy said they've been hiding her comments as well, and it happens. It's not on purpose. It just happens. So I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna have this one go kind of this way, and I got water on it, so sorry about that. But so we're just gonna get some more of this divine lavender. And I almost went, you're so messy. I'm so glad everybody else is messy. I mean, my hands from just, I did wash them a little bit in between projects today because it was getting out of hand. But, and this is flashing. I like those for just placement real quick rather than having to tape stuff off. Because I don't want to get, my paint in the other hydrangea. I want to pick the placement on these. You could totally do that and just let it flow like that. But I'm just trying to make mine look a little, little spacey. Just a little sporadic. And I'm going to turn this over. And again, I'm going to need just a little bit more paint there. I should have got it before. And I just simply just kind of pull it. And it looks really pretty on the sides. See how pretty that's looking with that coming over the sides? I don't know if you can see that really good, but it just adds a little something to your projects when you do that. A little something that's different from others. So I'm going to use that one. I think I'm going to kind of go this way-ish. And like I said, you can, I'm trying to leave a little white in between some. Some of them I'm going over. I have to turn my other furnace off. Whew, it's getting really hot out here. I have a heated garage, thank goodness. I tried crafting in, I have an inside office, and I tried crafting in there, but it just, I just prefer being out here. I like putting on my music real loud. I was watching a lot of Criminal ID while I was crafting. Really not watching, but just kind of listening to it. I love watching Criminal ID. And, but then it got to the point where I've seen them all. So that was not good. Oh, thank you. Jarita says she loves the clover wreath. That is another Stencil Smith stencil. I don't know the exact number of it. April could probably put it in there. But I'm sure if you just in the search bar put, may our home be too small to hold all our friends, you would find it. That is on an 18-inch round. But I absolutely love that one. I think that's really, really pretty. We've got a smaller craftsman style home. And my sister came this weekend from Beaver Creek. And it felt small with her boys are 17, well, going to be 18 and 15, and then her husband was here, and my dad lives with us, and my grandkids were here. And let me tell you, it felt tight. So again, I'm just going over the edge here and just kind of swiping that, just holding it down, just like that, and getting all those little edges. So we're just going to keep going down. There we go. Want that one to kind of go that way. And I'm going to get a little bit more paint off my plate and offload. Now see, I got tape on me. It happens. I go in the house and I have it stuck to my shoes and everywhere else. So I'm just going to swirl this brush around real lightly. I'm not pressing down hard at all. but it looks, when you do this just one coat, like if you're, and you could always too go back with other colors, a darker purple, you know, you could do some shading like on the outsides or the inner part of it. I'm not doing that. I'm just going for this real simple one color variegated look. Yeah, Allie, you will love your Klingon 03. I have 2 of them. I finally bought another one because after I do, like if I could always wash this and wait, but if any of you have ever washed a stencil brush and it doesn't get dry in between, it can bleed. So, you know, you don't want that to happen, because it's like a watercolor, so it'll go down underneath. So I like my brushes to be really dry. So I do, let's see, I think I'm gonna go like that with this one. So I do like them to dry in between, and I'm gonna use the Welcome. So I got another one because last time I had to use a different brush, and I just really, really like this for the lettering and for the backgrounds. Everything on a Leaner, it goes so smooth and so fast. It's one of my favorite brushes. Yes, you could do the hydrangeas with purple and pink. We used to have some in our yard, and they died, and they were a real pretty, this was a real pretty color, I thought, but it wasn't what I was going for. But it's, I thought this would be pretty for hydrangeas. You know, you see like the blue purple ones. This is periwinkle. This is in Deco Art, and I thought that would be a real pretty hydrangea. It's kind of like a purple blue. You see those kind of hydrangeas. I think that would be, yep. So see, Sherry said some blue in them. That's a really pretty color. It's just that Fusion Mineral doesn't have anything like that. But I almost used this, but I decided I wanted to go for the purple because I thought, or not the lavender, but I thought this would be real pretty for hydrangeas. But you can mix any colors you want in it. Just play with it. Make it yours. There are no rules. There are no rules. It's just you creating, and everybody is different. Not only is everybody different in their creating, but they're different in, you know, what they like. Styles are different. Yes, you see, you could dry brush that color on top. Dark. Look blue. Oh, you had some, yeah, that's pretty. I know we had ours and something happened to them and they died, so. And I'm going to get a little bit more lavender because I need it. Probably shouldn't have been doing that close to my board. So I was doing my growth chart today, and I did the number 1, and then I did the number 2, and I did the number 3, and I was like, boy, that is a short-looking growth chart board. And here, I had messed up. I had been doing it on the 1/2 inch. I just knew. Okay, I'm going to need to go back here a little bit more. There we go. I'm sorry. It's so hard with these porch leaners. So I'm lining that back up. It is a very difficult angle to do on a live. I've done them sitting before, and to me it just didn't work as well. So this is the angle I've been using, but it can be really hard. If you've ever tried to do a live, like it's hard enough to do a porch board. You're wrestling it around, and let's see, I'm going to put one, I think, right here-ish. And see, I haven't even used just a couple pieces of tape, but this flashing too, if you don't have this is wonderful to just quickly, like I want to separate those two. You don't have to keep moving the tape from this side to that. So But I had all kinds of ideas. I did get my growth chart done. It's so funny because I've been waiting. I had some really cute ones that I'm gonna, there's some I'm using as a giveaway. We're gonna have a big giveaway next month. I think it might be like even 8 little mini stencils, the 5x5s, but they're so cute. They're Move Mountains, Stand Tall, it's a pine tree. But I was gonna do those for the growth chart for the longest time. But I just wasn't sure, and I may do that for a boy, but I wanted to do something a little more girly for my great niece. And then April came out with these blooms, and it was just like an aha moment when I saw that. The growth chart. I could do that in the future. We could definitely put that on the table. Or I could try to do like a 3-minute video. I did not tape that one as I was doing it. Sometimes I tape my creations when I'm doing them so I can make reels later. I'm trying to get better at reels. That's a whole nother talent, like learning how to video everything. So I think I am going to, yeah, so this is the difference. So this is raw silk and rose water. So it's an off-white, and this pink kind of like has gray undertones in it. So it's more vintagey looking, and that's the look I was going for. But this is going to be super springy looking. It's going to be like white and purple. It's going to be a different look. Of course, they're different flowers. And I don't think you can see me on that one. Let me see if I can go back any more. I'll turn the camera down. There we go. That's better. And I'm just going to add one down here on the bottom. And like I said, I'll probably go back and just distress this a little bit. And that one came in too dark, much darker than what I wanted, but I can sand that a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to go back up. And like I said, there's really no rhyme or reason. I think I want to put one here right in the middle-ish. Right there. And we're going to go up. And that's what I get for not taping it down. Don't do as I do sometimes. Do as I like tell you works the best. And like I said, you can overlap your flowers. It's fine. You're not trying to create some, you know, some people they'll go like 3 or 3, you know, which is kind of like what this looks like. I did not plan that. That's why I'm breaking it up a little bit up here. I should have broke it up a little bit more down there, but I did not. I just don't want to move this. They're fairly easy to line back up. And again, I'm just dancing this right over the hydrangea. And I just want it to be patchy because I want it to look, oops, wow. I wonder if I have paint on the back of my stencil. That's weird. So I don't know how I did that. Let me find my Clorox wipe. You can see I got a bunch of paint up here. I thought perhaps I had paint on the back of my, but I do not, so. But you can kind of see, well, hello from Maryland. I didn't see who that is. Shell, hello, welcome. Oh, and if you haven't had a chance, please go over, not now, but after the live, make sure you like and follow the Stencil Smiths page, and then also my page is the Chardon Sign Shack. Okay, there we go. I'm getting all messed up. Okay, so I'm going to move you down here so you can see the top a little better. And I am just going to tape that right there. And I'm going to get this little piece of flashing right here. So I can just block that off. And again, I'm just going to go over this real lightly. And that's the great thing about stenciling. If you are new to stenciling, which I know most of you aren't, but there's always the off chance that there is someone new or they're just starting. And it can be discouraging if you start and you get bleeds. But the best way not to get bleeds, well, the number one thing is to offload. These stencils make it really easy. Like I said, you don't need any adhesive. I know some people do use adhesive. I have never ever used adhesive. I just use painter's tape. And it works fine for me, so I'm sure it would work really good for you. Okay, so I'm going to flip this again to the side. And I'm just kind of swiping it because I want to get those petals on the side. So how many of you have ever stenciled on the side of your projects? Have you ever done that? Hi, Heather. How are you? Heather's my sister. She was just here. We had a lot of fun this weekend. So I am going to add this one here. She's also a painter stenciler and now a full-time librarian at the elementary school close to her, which is actually, I think, my dream job. If I could come back and have a dream job, it would be to be a librarian. Maybe not at a school, but just be a librarian in general, because I love to read. I don't know if you caught our live last week. So every week on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Central Time, or Eastern Standard Time, good Lord, I'm really going to confuse you guys. Eastern Standard Time, we have a live, and whatever stencils we're using, unless I decide to add something of my own, we have them on sale that day. April and Pete do it the Stencil Smith, so they're always, at least until further notice, you know, things could always change, but they have been 20% off the day of the live and the following day. So for 2 days, they're 20% off. And not only can you get that 20% off, but you can also get an additional 15% with my code SIGNSHACK, which is SIGNSHACK. And anything else you order, even if it's not on sale at any time, you can always get 15% off with my code SIGNSHACK. And one of the really, really nice things about the Stencil Smith also, besides the fact that they're made in the USA, anything you order from this live will probably be cut and ready to ship tomorrow. But you only need $35 to get free shipping, which I think is a tremendous deal. Okay, I'm just flipping it to the side there. And I'm just kind of swiping this. On the side petals there and getting those on the side. So $35 and you get free shipping. And their shipping isn't that much, even if you don't want to get the free shipping. I wish you could too, April. That is one thing about stenciling on the sides that can just be, it can definitely be, you guys, especially a big long, you should have seen me wrestling this guy, because this guy's 6 feet long, so he's even longer than this one, where this is 5 feet long. But it's easier. I love to stencil on the sides of canvas. That looks really pretty. So yes, so the Stencil Smith is amazing in every way. Like I said, they're made in the USA. April and Pete, they're a family-owned company, husband and wife. April does the designs. I think Pete does some of the designs sometimes too. I know he designed, if I remember right, April, I was talking to her and he designed the, I don't know if it was the stones or the brick that they recently just came out. Yes, their shipping is amazing. It's like you order it, and you know, you can't always guarantee with the post office. Now, I'm in the state of Ohio, so April and Peter in Ohio. They're central Ohio, and I'm northeastern Ohio, but I usually get mine within 2 days of ordering. Of course, that's not counting like if I ordered on a weekend. You know, I'm talking business days. But they sure do. I understand, Rhonda. I have a standing cart, and I just keep adding to it, which I forgot to tell April. I meant to email her today. She went and ordered some more beautiful, beautiful stencils, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then when I get them, I want to get them in like every size. Like there's quite a few that I have, the vintage, what is it, vintage soul. I have that in a couple different sizes. And I've got another welcome, not this welcome, but I have that in a couple different sizes. I have a deer head that's welcome to this neck of the woods, a deer silhouette. And I have that in a couple different sizes too. So I'm sorry, I'm just taking a peek here. Oh, I know, the freebies are awesome. I love getting the little freebies. Those are so nice. As long as they have the extra Mylar and stuff, they send you a freebie with your order. And it's always something really cute. Always something just super cute. I mean, the designs just blow me away. I like things with a sense of humor. So there are a lot of very humorous stencils that they have. And then I think one of my favorite ones recently that I've done, I've gotten several orders for it, seems to be a very popular one, is the two that were really popular. Well, the deer head was one, and then the, let's see, what was it? The Dolly Parton. Everybody knows the Dolly one, right? The one where it's, I tumble out of bed. The tumble out of bed, grab a cup of coffee, that one. I've had quite a few orders for that one. And then I could probably come down a little bit now. Oh, wow. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, if you give me hearts during the live, my goal is to grow, and my goal is to help April grow, or the Stencil Smith, because we're both small businesses, and it's hard getting out there sometimes. So the more you sprinkle, which is this, the more you sprinkle, it helps everybody. It helps get us out there. And the more you comment and stuff like that, it makes Facebook send it out into, I guess, virtual land again. Yeah, I've only got the Dolly in one sign, or in one size, but I'm going to order it in a couple different sizes. And again, this one, I'm going to go flip it over. Try not to lose my stencil and just kind of swipe the side there. Need some more paint. Yeah, I had to turn my heater off. I got too hot out here. It was only 63 out here, but boy, oh boy. Okay, and I want to put like maybe one more right there. And like I said, I didn't plan this out. I just went for it. You could sit down and plan exactly where you want to put your balloons. You know, you could take the whole thing and just, and I'm going to flip it over. I need to untape it there though, because it's binding it up. So I'm flipping it over and just getting the side. And again, I need just a little bit more paint. Okay. So These are the hydrangeas. Now I think that's just beautiful by itself. Like you could just put this out in your front door. This would be beautiful just like this. I've had people request that before with these kind of blooms. Thank you, Cindy, I appreciate that. So sometimes people just want the background. They don't want anything on it. And again, I did it so, you know, it was different. Like when you see how it's kind of variegated, so it's not all. Now if I went over that again and again, but that makes it look like it's different shades of this divine lavender because it's splotchy, I guess you could say. So I am going to, now this is dry. I'm going to give it a really quick, maybe if I can, well, I'm going to put this in the water. So, and again, yeah, don't let your brushes dry out, girls. So like if you look at the sides, it's kind of the sides where it went over. But I think that looks really pretty and it just adds to your piece when you do that. Makes it kind of more 3D. So I'm just going to give this a quick, especially right there, I got it a little. I'm just going to give it a little sand with my little sanding block here. Especially right there, I got it a little thicker than I wanted to. And you just want to be careful, don't go too heavy. And that this is just distressing it. I don't usually do this. I usually use, this is very fine sandpaper, but I just wanted to distress it just a little bit more. Okay. I'm gonna get my little towel here and wipe it off, and we're gonna do the welcome. Now the welcome I am gonna do in, it's Fusion Mineral Ash. It's kind of it's a black, but it has gray undertones on it. They say it looks kind of like charcoal. It's also what I used on this growth chart. It's it has a lot of gray undertones in it. Make sure you get all your dust off there. Okay. So the other one that is on sale today is the welcome. Let's bring it back here. This is what's hard to do, to get everybody, get this in the picture. So the welcome, this is on sale too. This is number 6115, and this is the 60 inch, and this is on a 5-foot board. So now again, you'll always, another good tip, it has the numbers on it down here. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they're raised. So this will tell you what number this is if they ever get mixed up. It's number 6115, it's the 60 inch, and it's 4 pieces. And the numbers are always going to be on the side of the stencil that should face up. So I'm just going to place WELC. And this is hard to see, the white on white, the hazy white on white. See, this is one where the M is thinner here, and I've seen a lot of people do this on their signs, and they don't notice it. I've done it. But with these, it's so easy because the writing is like right, you can feel it right in the front, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So that's a good way to know. Like the E, you definitely can't mess that up, but knowing an M, you could. So I'm going to bring this up, and I'm just visually, not measuring or anything, trying to get it in the center, and they line up so nicely. This is the one, this isn't one, some of them have little plus signs that you line up on. This is not one of them. I do try to get my bottom and my top about the same. Like, I'm real technical, I'm just using a thumb. Okay, so I am going to tape this down. You do want to tape it down. What is the width of the letters on that welcome? Well, let's see. The E's probably the fattest guy. So, yeah, he's about 5.5 by 6. So yeah, they're bigger than 5 inches. But this is the jumbo one. This is the one that is 60, or not the jumbo one, I'm sorry. This is the one that's 60 inches. And they have many different sizes. So say last live, you got the welcome in 60 inches, or you got it in another size. You could definitely, it's on sale again today, you could get another one in a smaller size, a bigger size. Because this is one that you can use over and over again. You could just add a different background and it makes it totally different. Oh, I'm loving this. This is going to look so pretty on the front door, at the front door. And I'm feeling spring. They started tapping the trees around here. Maple syrup season is on. Yeah, the peonies are large. Those are not on sale today. And I'm just going to give it a little bit down here so it doesn't move. Now you want to line them up. You know, they line up real nicely. Just line the squares up. And we're going to go. So this is the color I'm using for the letters. It's covered, but it's ash. This is like a charcoal gray. And I'm just going to squirt some out. And I'm going to flip this over somewhere. I think right there. Got a little bit left. And it's the same thing again. I'm going to get the paint up in the bristles of my brush. This is another Klingon brush. This is my brand new one. I haven't used this one at all yet. And I'm going to offload. Offloading is the key to everything. Thank you, Becca. Yeah, it always says the image size when you're ordering. See, and you can always double check before you put that down, that brush down. You could always go just to make sure, you know, and feel, and you can see that those are all the right way. Because I have done it for, you know, it's not so bad. If this was a sign, and I'm just starting to swirl. And if this was a sign that didn't have a background, but like I said, I messed up some numbers on my growth chart, so I had to wipe them off, and they came off with a Clorox wipe, even though they had been dried, but it took my background off. So then I had to find my flower, and I had to, you know, find exactly the right placement and stencil it again. And then once I distressed it again, you know, it looked real pretty. But the hydrangeas are the ones that are on sale today, but you can also get the peonies, and you would save 15% on that as well with my code. Yeah, usually when I sand, I don't use that block, but I did want to distress it just a little more than usual. Usually I use a piece of craft paper. And craft paper crumpled up, and you use that to sand with, that's like the finest, the very finest of sandpaper. I know people have told me, I think Rhonda specifically told me she uses a lunch bag, but it works really well because there are some cases where you don't want to distress and you just want to knock it down a little bit. So that is a good case to use the craft paper. But I always have craft paper. I use it for that. I use it to practice, you know, things that I'm going to do on. You know, I use cardboard. I use it to wrap things in. I love craft paper. You know, you can use craft paper to wrap things in, and then you can stencil on that and make it a gift wrap. There's just so many uses for craft paper. what are your uses for craft paper? Yes, offloading. Good brushes are definitely key, but I have to say offloading. I know the first time I ever did a stencil project, all I knew about stenciling was I had seen people that just pounce like that. Hi Debbie, how are you? And you know, some people do, and there's some cases where you still have to pounce a little. Yep, you use the craft paper to cover your table. I use that as well. I've got a mix of craft paper and I've got leftover moving paper that I'm using. But the pouncing, really, the pouncing probably would have been fine, but I didn't have my brush offloaded enough. And then that's what I started doing. I started watching videos, and that's when I found out all these great tips. I mean, there's still stuff I learn every day, stuff I would have never thought of to do. And you learn. You can learn something from everybody. Everybody has something to teach. Everybody has something to share. Oh yeah, Allie uses it to transport her leaners to craft fairs. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon sprinkled me. Painting and covering gifts and tables too. Yeah, I do that. I have this blue bubble wrap. It comes in a roll. Comes in a big roll, I think like 50 feet. And when I ship my leaners, it's self-sealing on both sides. It's really nice. But I cover the whole board. I wrap it in craft paper before I put the self-sticking bubble wrap on, because I'm always afraid that bubble wrap may leave an impression, you know, on the porch board in shipping. So I always do that too. Oh, hi Deb. This is a Klingon 035. This is a fabulous brush. I know a couple girls just said they got it on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon sometimes, but it seems like they sell out quickly on Amazon. You can also get them on Etsy, but it's the Klingon 035. And it really makes quick work of your leaners, your backgrounds, stuff like that. Let's see. Got to do another coat here. And see, by the time you get down there, usually it's dry up here, just because you're using such a thin coat of paint. It's not like you're saturating it. If you had to dry it, a heat gun works well, a blow dryer, anything like that. So I'm going to do another coat here, and I'm just swirling that around. To me, swirling just feels therapeutic. There is something about it. It's like the best kind of therapy. Okay, so Allie just bought hers on Etsy. Yeah, Etsy is the place I've gotten both of mine. I have seen it on Amazon several times, but like I said, it comes and goes really quickly. Like I think as soon as it gets on Amazon, it sells out. And again, I'm just offloading on my shop towel. And I'm going to swirl that around there. Start on my E. You can see it a little better now. Sometimes it's really hard, you know, to see the stencils if you're doing something white because it's white on white. But I love the hazy white for the durability. It is amazing. It's easy to clean. Now I use Awesome to clean my stencils. You can get it at the Dollar Tree. Some people use Down Power Wash just because it is it works really well. I personally use Awesome because it's so inexpensive at the Dollar Tree. Yes, this is a Klingon, and that's Klingon035. And I tried another type of Klingon brush. I forget what it was. It did not work good at all. It went underneath and it caused a lot of bleeding, so I would not recommend this one. But I've been using these for a couple years, and especially on the leaners, like I said, it's just lickety split. It's so quick, and It just makes easy work of your porch leaners. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm excited to have something spring-like to put out there. But I feel like I need to do something quick like St. Patrick's Day to put in between. Just because now I'm not gonna, I have my May Our Home Be Too Small to hang on my front door, but now I feel like I need something to match it. I do like to match that way. Masters Brush Cleaner. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't use it on my brushes. I just use it on my stencils. So that's called Masters. Allie uses the Masters Brush Cleaner. So I'll have to try some of that. I've used the Fusion Brush Cleaner before, but it comes in a little tube and it goes really quickly, and it's, I just didn't get any more. But, I'll have to see that. I'm assuming, can you get that at Master's Touch at Hobby Lobby, Allie? I'm thinking. Because that is something I would like to look into. You're welcome, Deborah. I appreciate it. And if you're new to my page, please let me know. Let me know where you're coming from. I like to get to know everybody. I've made so many nice friends. Like some of these girls I've been friends with for 3 or 4 years now. And, you know, it's funny because you've never met them, but they're your friends. And don't ever be afraid to message me a question or anything like that. I have lots of people that message me. Someone messaged me just the other day. I did a noodle board a couple weeks ago, and she wanted to know my measurements. So I'm always willing to help out a fellow crafter. Crafty friends are the best. I agree, April. Okay, so that's 2 coats. And I'm quite certain that's going to be plenty. Yep. Okay, I'm not going to put this in a, I'm going to put it in a bag for a minute. If you have brushes, put them in a bag. If you're not using them, so they don't dry out, you can put a little wet wipe in with them too if you want. So I am going to, ta-da, take this off. Oh, I'm in love with this. Whoop. Doggone it. One of them didn't come. It was my big ta-da moment. Okay. So there we go. So this is a welcome. Yes, Klingon is amazing. Okay, so this is the welcome right here. And lots of times I frame the outsides. I'm probably going to do that just real slightly. But see how it comes around on this, the edges, the flowers do. All on the edges. But so you can see, let's see. I'm going to move this table over a little bit here. Thank you, Allie. So this is the welcome. This is what's on sale today, the welcome. And I do like to close the bridges too. But I feel like I've kept you really long today. So this is the same welcome, but look at this. How you can create 2 absolutely different signs, totally different looks with that same welcome. So this is with large buffalo check, and this is with the hydrangeas. So you got a springy, this could be an everyday or a Christmas type. I feel this could be everyday or Christmas, either one. And then I'll just walk it up here to you and I'll show you so you can see kind of like, my backside isn't painted, guys, because I haven't planned that far, but you can see how it just comes along the edges, and it really, see how that just makes it, it just really makes it really pretty, I think. And like I said, lots of times I'm unsure. Okay, so I'm going to ask, what do you think? Do you think I should frame it? Or do you think I should just leave it as is? Thank you. Okay, so I should also, as you're telling me, you tell me if you think I should frame this in the ash or I should just leave it the way it is. As you're telling me that, I'm going to show you this one too. So this is the growth chart a lot of you were asking about. As is. This one, leave it. Leave. Okay, so we're going to leave this one. We're not going to frame it. Thank you. So these are the peonies. This is going to be hard to, this is 6 feet. So this is a growth chart I made for my great niece. And these are the peonies. These are not on sale today. Those are, if you wanted to get those along with your hydrangeas, if you got those, the peonies are number 7520. And they are in the large too. So, you know, this is another thing with different kind of floral backgrounds. So you've got a welcome leaner, and I could have done this in hydrangeas, but I had a whole different look going through my head. I wanted this to look like vintage, you know, like wallpaper, something like that. So this is the same kind of thing that I did on this, and I used it in a growth chart. I just used, you can see the difference. Like I said, this is a stark white. This is an off-white. I didn't antique it or anything like that. So maybe, I know several of you have asked and you would like to see the growth chart coming up. So maybe April and I can fit this, if you'd like to see this particular growth chart or something different. I have another niece who's having a baby. I don't know what she's having though. This wouldn't be very good for a boy, I don't think. But so yeah, you can do anything with these blooms. And like I said, you could have used the blooms. So this is the peony stencil. Okay, I'm going to show you again. Let me show you. This is the hydrangea. And this is the one that's on sale today. The hydrangea and the welcome. So the two that are on sale today, the hydrangeas are large. And I keep notes when I do something. I don't know if you do, but like my growth chart, I wrote what I used, what color paints, how far in I measured the numbers, just everything. So I can go back. I don't have to like look at the picture and think, what did I do? Because I do that a lot. I forget what I do. And if you do a lot of signs, you forget. So 6155 welcome 60-inch is on sale. I use 7453 large hydrangeas today. That's also on sale. Now both of those are 20% off. They're in multiple different sizes. And if you use my code Sign Shack, you can save an additional 15%. So that would be 35% off both of those stencils, the hydrangeas and the welcome. And then on the growth chart, which I did, which I may do in the future, I don't know. I'll have to talk to April about that. But this is the peonies, or I could even do like a short reel or something. So these are the peonies I used, where I missed a piece of paint on it. And then this is the growth chart. So the peonies are number, you could just put peonies in it. I think I wrote it down right here. The peonies are number 7520. Those were in a large 2, and the growth chart's number 3302. And this is just like one size, but this was really, really easy to use, the growth chart. And then I wanted to show you, because I always like to show you additional things. So these are some of the flowers. So as we're thinking spring, of course, these aren't huge blooms, but these are some of the ones I have, the pretty, like daisies. Isn't that beautiful? And I love this one. This is really pretty. These two sunflowers I have here, this is a smaller one, and this is a bigger sheet of sunflowers. And then I think these are mums, I think. Big blooms, I'm not sure. I think they're mums. 7459 in the large, but that's a bunch of different size. But I love flowers because you can do so much with them. They make such a beautiful background. You know, just do it real lightly. You can sand them back, but you know, that's not super light. It's a little, you know, a little dark in places, but with the ash, it looks really pretty. But they're such pretty. Even my little freebie I got, I think, see? You get the little freebies when you order the little daisy. How cute is that little guy? And this is how, if you're new to me, I know some people wonder about how to store your stencils. I get that question a lot too. So I store them with these boot clips that you can get on Amazon. And just, like, these are all flowers. And see how sturdy that is? They're not going to come out. So, and there's a couple butterflies too. These are really cute for spring as well. April just added a link too on the bottom there, and I'll add it in my description above. But if you ever want to peek at all their floral greenery stencils, there's a link. Like if you go in the comments, it'll be there. But here's some pretty butterflies too that you could add. These would be really pretty to add to your spring leaners too, or anything spring. I think they're really beautiful. Yeah, the boot clips are awesome. You can get these on Amazon. They're just boot clips. And let me tell you, they hold a lot. So like I told you I had some welcomes. So I've got a couple welcomes in this font. So let's see, probably it's upside down, but like this, the welcome, I think this is like an Algerian alphabet, but I've got it in several different sizes. So I've got the bigger size and the smaller size. So like I said, if you bought one size, you could buy another size today. It makes me want to paint, it makes me anxious for spring. Yeah, the Stencil Smith ships so fast, nothing is ever out of stock. It's all made in the USA right here in the Columbus, Ohio area. We're fellow Buckeyes here. Or, as they say, a Buckeye's a useless nut. I don't know about that, but so this is what we made today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, like I said, you can message me. You can email April. Like I said, sometimes I miss the comments. And I guess that's all. But if you order today and tomorrow, it's going to be on sale for 20% off. And yeah, this is like a weird angle. So 20% off today and tomorrow with my code, or 20% off on sale and then 15% with my code. I'm getting all tongue twisted here. And if you wouldn't mind before you go, if you haven't, doing this, we would appreciate it. Follow us on Facebook, me at Chardon Sign Shack, April at the Stencil Smith, and please join the Paint and Share page so we can all see everybody's beautiful work. Thank you, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.